Suspend your disbelief, your rational, analytic mind, just for a minute, just for the length of this podcast. What if all I am about to tell you is the truth? What if the information you will be provided is from a divine source? Just for this time, I am your Axis Mundi. Consider this podcast your channel, your second opinion. When I do a reading, something larger than myself is working through me. So ask what you wish. This is your channel, your doorway to the divine. Welcome to John's Tarot. Welcome to you from Russia, from Ireland, Germany, Sweden, California, Delaware, Texas, New York, Oklahoma. Welcome to you from wherever in the world you might be listening. Hey, I hope you all having a good week and that you're in the end of summer and the beginning of school. And I remember I used to be so excited at the beginning of school. I think even though I didn't do so well at the end, I was always excited at the beginning. So I hope everybody's having a good week. I'm going to talk a little bit about, I did a reading on last Tuesday. I did a 5 a.m. audio podcast only show, and I did a reading. And we're going to look at that reading. And I'm also going to look at, the 3-eye Atlas, interstellar object that is coming into our solar system, and ask the tarot some questions about that. You know, politics is politics. I'm getting a little burned out on politics, although I'll touch on it a little bit today. But let's use it for something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun, and see what we get, and also provide you a little education along the way and see how it comes out. So, in regards to the program I did last Tuesday, I'll go over to it. First, I want you to know that I do a program every Tuesday, and it's like 5 a.m, and sometimes I am not totally awake in the morning. And that I was asking about J.D. Vance. Now, the reason I was asking about J.D. Vance is because, quite frankly, from the information I've gotten from Spirit, our current chief executive is not going to be around, probably won't be around to the end of his term. And as I look at, and as a nurse, as I look at his physical symptoms, I doubt it. I sincerely doubt it. I think he was missing last week. He was out for 5 days. He was out on, he went out on Tuesday, and then I did this reading on a Tuesday morning, kind of unexpected. Didn't know what was going on. Didn't know that he was missing. And he was out for 5 days or something like that. And I kind of suspect that he was out with medical issues. That he was taking a medical rest. My guess as a nurse is that he probably had a CHF exacerbation, and that he had too much fluid built up, and they put him on a Bumex drip. Bumex is a diuretic. Bumex drip, diurese him really well, possibly BiPAP. BiPAP is like a mask they put over your whole face and pump air into you. Because I noticed as he's had shortness of breath, trouble breathing. You look at him, he'll do like that. And he's having trouble breathing and shortness of breath. Probably a BiPAP, Bumex, and gave him a little drug called Precedex. Precedex is an anti-anxiety drug that we commonly give for that type of thing to reduce the anxiety of having that mask over your face. It's very uncomfortable. And I think he was out for a couple of days with that. That is my guess. There's been a lot of other speculation on the internet, and I'm not going to look into that. But I didn't know, I wasn't even thinking about that when I did this podcast. I was thinking about him not finishing his term of office, and what we can expect from J.D. Vance. My question was, will J.D. Vance be the next president? Will he assume the presidency before 2028? And this was the answer I got from the tarot. And I was kind of, when I do a reading at 5 a.m, I'm not like totally awake. And it wasn't until I went back and looked at this reading and I said, hokey smokes, what this is talking about is a little different than what I podcasted. So it was supposed to be a yes or no. And on all my yes or no, I usually do a 6 card. And in my 6 card, pentacles and swords are no. Then wands and cups are yes. And I was asking about, will he be able to, will he finish this podcast? Well, will he finish this podcast? Well, will he finish this, when will J.D. Vance step into the presidency? Will he step into the presidency? And my first card there was and then I did a reading on it. My first card was a 3 of Pentacles, which kind of indicated that he's being primed for it. They're building on it. They're working towards it. They're trying to build him up. They're trying to make it happen. They're trying to give him the experience necessary to do that type of thing. They're aware of it. They're aware of that possibility. And they've been priming J.D. Vance and trying to build him up and get him ready. And then the second card I pulled was the 5 of Cups. And then the 5 of Cups has to do with, disappointment. It is actually, of the lower arcana, it's actually the death card of the lower arcana. So some kind of major catastrophe is probably going to happen during this presidency. And now I don't know what that catastrophe is. I'm not speculating on that kind of catastrophe, although I may have speculated on the beginning already. But some type of major catastrophe is probably going to happen where we're going to lose a major part of our administration. And then you see, there's 3 of Cups in front of them that are lost, and the 2 of Cups behind them. What do we still have able to follow and move on? And you see the bridge in the background. That the path forward will be shown to the castle in the background, to a place of safety. So the second one, the first card was a no. The second card was a yes. Will J.D. Vance do it? The third card is a no, and that is the 5 of Pentacles, and that talks about, again, loss and disappointment, and having to trust on things more spiritual and to look inside yourself more, and difficulties. But the light of the light of the universe will shine upon you, but it will be a time of great difficulty that's coming up. So that's a no card. And then my 4th card was this 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is a yes card, and so we kind of evened up. And then the 8 of Wands has to do with something's going to happen really fast. So they're building J.D. Vance up. Something catastrophic is going to happen. It's going to really put the country at a disadvantage, at a period of stress, and it's going to happen real fast. And this is what the cards are saying. I'm totally surprised by this. And then my 5th card had to do with the 3 of Cups, and some portion, whatever this catastrophe is, and I'm not speculating on what is that catastrophe, some part of that catastrophe will be celebrated by the American population. And whatever could that catastrophe be, I don't know. And it also has to do with mind, body, and spirit coming together maybe for the first time. But it definitely shows a celebratory type of mood. And that is a yes card. And then my 6 cards was the 8 of Swords, an 8 of Swords, which kind of made it all tie up. Like I'm looking to, this was a yes or no type of question. And that brought it to like a 3 and 3. But the card itself shows an individual tied in ropes with a blindfold and swords all around it. And what that card has to do with, the truth has been all around us this whole time. The truth, and we've been blind to the truth. And it's been around us the whole time. And that kind of evened it up. So I had to throw a 7th card. The 7th card I threw was the moon. Now the moon has to do with something something is going to be revealed. Something that's been hidden will be revealed. And I don't. And in my yes or no questions, I throw out the major arcana. So it wasn't really happening. It wasn't really a useful card in terms of something hidden will be revealed. And then the last card I threw, well, J.D. Vance assumed the presidency and was a 9 of swords, and which in terms of the whole reading, no, he will not assume the presidency, but it also indicates a great sorrow, great distress, great disappointment. And I'm wondering now, how could this happen? How could JD, how could we lose the chief executive and JD Vance not assume the presidency? And that, and as I look at it logically, with all the things that are coming up, and I have purposely not gone into the Epstein things. I have purposely not delved into that. You guys can make up your own mind about that. But that is really coming up in the news, isn't it? All the Epstein victims are going to create their own list. And the only way J.D. Vance could not assume the presidency, assuming that this reading is correct, that this great catastrophe is going to come about, and it's going to happen very rapidly, and it's going to, a portion of the population is going to be happy about it, and, the truth has been around us the whole time. Something dark, something hidden is going to be revealed, and, MAGA is really going to be great distress, as it seems to indicate that these guys, the Epstein victims, are going to reveal something, or somebody else is going to reveal something that is going to bring this whole administration down, which will include J.D. Vance, and so that he will not assume the presidency. And that is how I interpret this. And it's, I can tell you, I was really disturbed by this, and I asked the tarot about, why am I giving? Am I just nuts? I question my own sanity sometimes when I'm doing this. And the information I get back is the information I'm being given is the information that I need to know at this point in my life. And I don't know what to do with this information. So I come out here and I share it with you. So that is kind of like what is going on there. The tarot is telling me there's going to be, the current president is probably not going to serve his full 4 years, and J.D. Vance will not assume the presidency, but the whole thing is going to be brought down, and it's going to happen relatively fast. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. This is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just reading the cards, interpreting the cards, and what I think they say. And like I said, entertainment purposes only. I don't know if it's going to really take place. I don't know if this is really going to happen. So what I'm going to do now is move over to another story, which I think is a little bit more interesting. So we have an interstellar visitor that's going to come and visit us. And then we're going to use the tarot to take a look at that. And I'm going to tell a little bit of the story there. They have an interstellar visitor they're calling it 3-Eye Atlas. And it is a, how do they say it here? A mysterious object has captured the attention of astronomers worldwide as it enters our solar system at a speed that defies known physics. The phenomena has sparked a flurry of scientific interest and debate as researchers attempt to understand its origins and implications for our understanding of space. The enigmatic object was first spotted by a team of astronomers using state-of-the-art observatory in Hawaii, and its incredible velocity immediately set it apart. Unlike typical celestial bodies that meander through the cosmos at predictable speeds, this object's rapid pace challenges our current understanding of space dynamics. Initial observations suggest it is traveling at a speed several times faster than that known of any comet or asteroid. The object's velocity deemed impossible by current astronomical standards because it exceeds the escape velocity of our solar system. And then I have another article here. And the object in question was detected using advanced astronomical tools designed to identify celestial bodies traveling from outside our solar system. So we have a guy, his name is Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb is a Harvard scientist, and he has a hypothesis that this interstellar visitor is nuclear powered. The Harvard scientist's hypothesis suggests the interstellar object could be a nuclear powered spaceship sent by an advanced civilization. Now that is pretty wild. I would have to agree. But is it possible? Well, I'm going to ask a couple of questions of the tarot. I got a couple of more things to show you. Is this object nuclear powered? Is it intelligently guided? Would our government tell us if it was intelligently guided? Let me move over to, there we go. Here's Avi Loeb. This is the orbit of it coming through our solar system.
The Atlas.
When it arrives closest to the sun, the Earth would be on the opposite side, and we won't be able to observe it. But that's exactly the time when it could do a maneuver to slow down and visit us. And one wonders whether this trajectory was designed by some extraterrestrial intelligence.
So, for me, the questions are, and I'll go through this. I just went through it a minute ago. I'll go through it again. Is this a nuclear-powered object? Or is this object powered by intelligence? Is it intelligently guided by intelligence? And would our government tell us if it was? And now I'm going to move over to my tarot page and ask these questions. Here we are. My ability to read tarot is a gift, an expression of divine love. And I'm here to share it with you in that same spirit. And thank you for joining me today. At least hopefully this is something a little bit more interesting than, politics. So my first question is going to be this object, 3i Atlas. And let me go ahead and shuffle the deck here. I'm going to do 6 cards. And is this object, 3i Atlas, is it nuclear powered? And again, just like I did with my first reading, I'm going to do 6 cards, and see what it says. So is this object, 3i Atlas, nuclear powered? My first card is a 9 of Pentacles. That's a no. The second card is the Sun. I throw it out. Major Arcana. Third card is a 5 of Swords. I'm going to throw it out. 5 of Swords is a no. Fourth card is the Queen of Swords. And it looks like, no, it's not nuclear powered as suspected. My fifth card is the 5 of Cups, which is a yes. And my 6th card, this is very clearly, the object is not nuclear powered. But is it intelligently powered? Is it intelligently powered? Sometimes I do readings, I throw readings into this as I kind of delve a little deeper. Today I'm just going to do some quick yes or no readings and see what we can get. So let me gather the cards and ask the next question as I try to delve a little deeper into this. Is this object, this interstellar object, is it intelligently guided? Is this interstellar object, 3i Atlas, intelligently guided? Let me shuffle the deck. 6 cards. Is this interstellar object intelligently guided? This object of 3i Atlas, is it intelligently guided? Now, intelligently by means like intelligent beings, not the super intelligence of the universe. But is this object intelligently guided by intelligent beings? That's a better way to state it. My first card is the 7 of Pentacles. That's a no. My second card is the 7 of Swords. That's a yes. My third card is the Page of Cups. That's a yes. My fourth card, or that's a no, excuse me. My fourth card is the Six of Cups. I'm 2 and 2. My fifth card is the the Nine of Cups. So that's a yes. And my final card is the Hermit. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw a reading on this one, just because it's readable. So the tarot is telling me, yes, this is intelligently guided. Even I kind of got to look a little bit more deeper into this. So the first card has to do with it's progressing at its own pace. It's the Seven of Pentacles. It's progressing at its own pace. We're studying it slowly. We're gathering information slowly. We don't have all the information we need, but we're looking at it real closely. My second card there is the Seven of Wands. As we look at this object, there's a lot of competing viewpoints, a lot of the Avi Loeb viewpoint and the traditional science viewpoint. So there is a competition of viewpoints that are both jockeying for position in what's going on, and that's really a good idea. We need to take a look both at the Avi Loeb suggestion and at the traditional science suggestion, and these two viewpoints are competing points of view, and that's a good thing. That's an appropriate thing. The Page of Coins has to do with learning. Learning about it's like learning about finance, learning a new skill. So we are learning new ways to look at these objects, learning new ways to consider these objects. We have new advanced technical tools to look at these objects, and with these technical tools, we're also considering the Avi Loeb potential, where not only the traditional viewpoint of astrophysics, but the possibility of it being a intelligently guided object. My Six of Cups has to do with traditions of the past. What do we, are reviewing itself. So we got of course, and looking for something stable. So as our traditional science viewpoint looks at it, we're looking for stability. But in the past, there's also been the UFO advocates' point of view, which is not a new point of view; it's an old point of view, and it comes in today's, as we think about the way things present themselves today. The fifth card is the Nine of Cups, the wish-granting jewel. Now I think humanity wishes for something new, something exciting. If it's an extraterrestrial vehicle or being extraterrestrially guided, we would. That's kind of exciting, isn't it? That we would actually experience something like that in our lifetime. And it's the wish-granting jewel. We don't quite have the wish granted yet. It's a 9. The 10 would be the granting of the jewel, the granting of the wish. But the potential is certainly exciting. And then the 10 of, the 9, the Hermit, that has to do with, and I'm going to cut this short today. We're going to wrap this up here in a few minutes. That is, we've come a long way in our understanding of the cosmos. The Hermit has traveled a long way, and he's guided by the light of wisdom, and he has a staff to support him, the staff of learning to support him, and he's climbed. We have climbed a long mountain to achieve this high vantage point, and we look behind us, we see how far we've come, and we look ahead of us, much farther we've got to go, and And we want to show others the path that we have traveled. That's the big thing about the Hermit. I don't see it as a isolation. I see it as more as, showing others the path that we have come and guiding the people forward. So is this thing guided by extraterrestrial intelligence? I think what do I have here? 1, 2. Yes, the tarot is saying I have 3 yes cards, 2 no's, and the hermit. Yes, it's being guided by extraterrestrial intelligence. Interesting, fascinating. Who knows?
My CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer.
I don't know, as far as, am I right?
Tell me, is there any insanity in your family?
Yeah, me. Yeah, me. That's the insanity in my family. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up.
Goodbye, Professor Marvel, and thanks a lot!
Well, it was my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I gave some different ideas, and I don't know how accurate this is. This is a tarot card reading. It's just fun. It's to expand the imagination, expand your thinking, to have a little fun thinking about different ideas, different possibilities, different potentials. And that is what the tarot does. It should expand our consciousness a little bit. So until next week, be careful, be cool, be kind. Remember, find courage, have faith. We'll get through this. And I will see you all again on... I'm going to shoot for Tuesday. I'll have a Tuesday morning podcast only version. Till then, I'll see you. Bye-bye.